points.
Detroit Lions taking on Desmond Ridder and the New Orleans Saints.
First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the New Orleans Saints and the Detroit Lions. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now, this defense for the Lions, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First and 10, it's Pierce. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up a throw. There's Chris Olave. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. A look at the numbers last week for Olave. 4 catches, 73 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Garoppolo looks to throw. He'll get this off to Swift, and he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Garoppolo. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a first down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. This is caught. And the Lions are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Swift is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Try to power it in with Arma. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Alex Arma his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive? And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 40 yards. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. 2nd and 5. Forced out to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. Back to throw again. Got an open man. It's Olave. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line. Pierce now up the middle. They showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. They'll look to throw here. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Garoppolo now, first down throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Sends it to the sideline, and Mooney makes a catch. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. They'll drop to throw. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Here's Pierce. Will score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This taken in at the goal line. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Open man is Quintez Cephus. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. A quick throw out wide to Mooney. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He hits Mooney going across the middle. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. They'll run here with Pierce. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Pierce. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Dameon Pierce, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Lutz good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line, and he won't quite make it to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Garoppolo now. And able to complete it to Moreau. And he's going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Play action. Garoppolo. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there for Detroit. 51 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Pirine is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Back at the 16 now after the sack. Here's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
The kick by McManus is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Pierce takes it straight ahead. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Finds his man. That's Olave on the crossing route. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Garoppolo. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, Garoppolo. He'll find Moreau here. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 27-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Garoppolo. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And it's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And in for the Lions touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. McManus's point after is good. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now back to throw. To Pierce, they set up the screen. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. They're going to look to throw. Complete to Mooney on the slant. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All
right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Catch made, it's Moreau. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Garoppolo. Well, that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Garoppolo again. This will be caught at Samuel. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Touchdown! Foster Moreau from 10 yards out. And the Lions are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will tie us at 24. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he rifles one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. A dime look defensively for the Lions on 3rd. He'll drop to throw. This one taken in by Olave. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, 1st and 10. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. It's caught. Mitchell. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. On play action, now Garoppolo. Being chased out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's complete to Moreau, the tight end. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. 2nd and 8 coming up. Swift going to try up the middle. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. Garoppolo. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Lions have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front. McManus's point after is good, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now a handoff for Pierce. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Olave holds it in. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 31-yard line. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 25. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw again. That's complete to Pierce. And he'll be out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Pierce. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Dameon Pierce. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Taking it about the 1. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Fighting to stay upright. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. And this offense on 3rd down today, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. take it right at the 35. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Give to Pierce. Oh, he's got a little daylight. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. First down, they go right back to Pierce. Uses the stiff arm, and they'll get this down to the 10. 77 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. Another carry for Pierce. Give him 9 yards on the carry there, a good run, and now second and goal. Gore is in. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers at the start of the fourth quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The fourth quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side, Swift. He'll get this to about the 38. Now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taking it about the 16. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Give them 22 there on the third down conversion. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the carry, this is Pierce. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll set up a throw.
Now this will be caught by Mooney.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line.
And they'll run with Pierce. 97 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Saints. 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Saints look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. But now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and a yard.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Garoppolo's throw complete there to St. Brown.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 44-yard line.
Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw taken in by Samuel. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, Parker. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
He's going to let it fly. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Garoppolo to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete. One final try now for Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though. A few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned,